Herbicide resistance occurs in patches, so if you're going to test for herbicide resistance, you really need to test the patch. It's no point in knowing what the average resistance in a paddock is when you're going to manage a patch. So having decided to do a test, in this case we're going to do the quick test, you need to collect material. And you collect it from the middle of the patch. And you just shake the soil off. That's perfect. They don't have to have all their roots on. If they're a bit big, you just chop the tops off like this. And if they're about this size, you need about 20. If they're smaller, you need about 50. They go into your plastic bag so they don't dry out. And when you've got enough weeds in the plastic bag, then you send it off to Plant Science Consulting. Having collected your sample, got it in your bag, don't put any water in there. It needs to be posted off, express post. And the good idea is to send it on a Monday or Tuesday so it doesn't sit over the weekend drying out. If you do collect the plants on a Friday and you're going to wait till Monday to post them off, put them somewhere cool. Don't leave them sitting on the dashboard of the ute for 3 days to dry out. I think the other thing to think about when you're getting herbicide resistance tests done is what are you going to test for? You might want to test the herbicide that's failed just to make sure that that's why it failed, but we really think that you should be testing herbicides that you might use in the future to find out whether they're going to work. The other thing about testing is that if you've got more than one patch in the paddock, your test will only tell you about the patch that you tested. And so you might want to test the other patch as well. Don't mix them up, send them off as separate samples, because what's happening in this end of the paddock might be different to what's happening in the other end of the paddock. If you're sampling from more than one patch in the paddock, you really need to note the location. You can do that with a GPS. Most smartphones have got a GPS, so you can just walk up and click the smartphone, get a location. Make sure you put a note against it so that you know what it is when you get your test back, and you can go back to that spot and say, well, this is where the resistance was.